Hello, Facebook friends and family. Michelle here with Sacred Earth. Today, I want to talk to you about the total lunar eclipse that's happening this weekend in the sign of Leo. Um, this weekend, we have an eclipse at 0 degrees. Actually, it's the minutes are almost to 1 degree, so it's in the 0 to 1 degree range that this eclipse is happening in the sign of Leo. It is a total blood moon eclipse, and it's going to carry a tremendous amount of power. So in the past couple of years, the lunar nodes have been in the signs of Aquarius and Leo. So we've been getting evolving specifically in these areas. So these themes have shown up more prevalent in our lives in the past couple of years. So Leo is about the essential self. So it's the part of you that is childlike in nature. It's the part of you that shines your light out into the world, and it is the house of pleasure. So it's what brings you joy. It is the creative part of you. It rules children. Anything that has to do with children is part of Leo. And Aquarius is the sign of the collective, the sign of groups, and how you take that Leo light and you present it forward and shine out into the world in terms of groups. So this is the last one eclipse that we will have in the sign of Leo for quite a while. So the nodes are moving their nodes are currently in Cancer and Capricorn right now. So those themes are the ones that we're going to be see showing up more prevalent in our lives. Cancer is about the home, about mother. It's about the soul. It's about what gives you nourishment, what nurtures you. And Capricorn is about your work life, your public life. It's the father. And so in the next couple of years, we're going to be trying to achieve some balance in these areas. But back to the eclipse. So the eclipse in Leo is going to, it's kind of like showtime is the way I look at it. It's time to step into all the things you've been working on in the past couple of years and really put it out there and let that light shine. It's a beginning. So this is a South Node eclipse. This is a beginning. I'm sorry. This is a South Node eclipse. This is an ending, rather. But in the sign of Leo at 0 to 1 degrees, it's also a beginning. So there's some part of this that is a beginning, but it's requiring you to let go of something. So it's kind of a mixed bag is what the way I look at it. So this eclipse is being aspected by Uranus, the planet Uranus, which can bring sudden surprises. And then we also have this whole party going on in Capricorn. So currently we have, just looking at the chart here, currently we have Mercury, Sun, Pluto, and Saturn in the sign of Capricorn. So the sun is currently at 29 degrees, which gives it an incredible amount of Capricorn energy. So people with their sun at this degree are definitely completing something. It shows a completion of something. And then we have Mercury and Pluto conjunct, and then we have Saturn there, which is making us work a little bit harder in this area of life. But you know, with Saturn, when you put the work in, you can reap the rewards later on. So these Mercury and Pluto are making that square aspect to Uranus. So some people can expect some pretty unexpected events related to those planets, depending on what house it's in. And the sun is also making a square aspect to Uranus. So let's see. Then we have Jupiter and Venus are currently trining Mars in Aries. And Mars is in its home sign of Aries. Jupiter is in its home sign of Sagittarius, and Venus is making a transit through Sagittarius. So this is going to bring some give this whole energy kind of a nice, pleasant aspect. It can bring blessings. You know, it just depends on what house is being aspected. So anyway, that's kind of the gist of what's happening in the universe. I'll give you a quick look at that. You can see there's that party in Capricorn I was talking about. And there is the Jupiter, Venus making that nice trine to Mars, and Uranus making squares to that. So anyway, so what I want to do today is do some tarot cards, and just to show what's going on with this eclipse energy currently, and what this eclipse is about. So, and my intention for this is to do a general reading of the overall eclipse energies that would resonate with the majority of people who are going to view this video. So, okay, so the first deck that I will work with today, actually I'm going to pull a crystal card, and this is a crystal deck that I have. Let me show you. Oh, there it is. So crystal reading cards, and I just thought it'd be fun to pick, you know, a crystal that's going to sort of highlight the energies of this eclipse and its meaning. So let's just see what happens here. Just shuffle these up a little bit. Okay. Let's see what comes up. Oh, Amazonite, life purpose. Okay, see that, life purpose. So the crystal Amazonite has a teaching regarding life purpose. So when you think about what I was talking about earlier, that Leo is about stepping out into that creative space, that serving your purpose, and really bringing forth what you've been working on in the past couple of years related to life purpose. Okay, so what are you creating? What have you been creating that you want to share with the world? Or what is it that's emanating from you that you haven't quite put out there yet? So focus on life purpose. And, you know, regarding life purpose, some people think that life purpose is what you do. Oh, you know, I'm a teacher, I'm a nurse, I'm a lawyer, I'm a custodian, I'm a, you know, whatever it is that you're doing. That is what the expression of who you are. It's one expression, but it is not your life purpose. Your life purpose is much broader and grander and more profound than just the jobs you do. Because, you know, people do many jobs in a lifetime. You know, you can choose, you know. Part of me, when I was a kid, I used to always tell people, I'm going to be an artist. When I grow up, I'm going to be an artist. And that is one aspect of my personality, but it is not the main aspect of my personality. There's so much more to me than that. You know, I play the role of counselor. I play the role of teacher. And, you know, so we have many purposes, or purpose, whatever you want to call it. But this is about just bringing forth something related to that. So ask yourself this question: what have I been working on in the past couple of years? It may be super clear for some of you, and for others, maybe not so clear. Okay, so that's that one. All right, so the next one, I'm going to keep that there. So I'll pull from this. This is Doreen Virtue Angel Tarot. So, and I'll show you that one too, because I like to show the decks. You get an idea which one I'm working with. Okay, so let's see what this one says. You know, while I'm shuffling the deck, I'll just talk about this. The tarot deck is really there's a lot of fear sometimes around tarot decks, and, you know, people are like, oh my goodness, is it going to reveal some impending gloom and doom? But all it is just showing subconscious patterns that exist within your mind, your subconscious. So, it's amazing how accurate these cards are. The cards do not lie, you know, and sometimes we don't want to look, we don't want to see it, but it can really help us tap into what we're working with on a subconscious level. So just a little demystifying of the tarot card thing there. Okay, let's see what card can pull for the angel deck. Okay. Okay. So we have this card. This is Ego. And this is Archangel Jophiel. A false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things, negative or fear-based thoughts. So in the last video I talked about ego. And basically what this eclipse is requiring us to do as a collective and individually is to let go of the ego. Now, sometimes, you know, the sign of Leo gets a bad rap because people think that sometimes Leo people are showboaters, you know, that they like to get out there and say, you know, look at me, it's all about me, right? They're the theatrical types. They're the ones that love the attention, the spotlight. But there is a very good reason for that. It serves a very divine purpose. And someone who is, you know, a Leo that's functioning at the higher level will just beam, and they really don't care where that light shines. That light just shines out into the world, and it really makes absolutely no difference. And every single one of you have Leo in some aspect of your chart, okay, depending on what your rising sign is. So this is about letting go of the fears that are holding you back. Okay, the ego can keep us stuck in our shadow, and they can really keep us hiding when, I don't know about you, but I did not come to this earth to just sit in the shadows and hide. We are here to shine our light, to shine our radiance, regardless of what anyone thinks, and, you know, to be our most natural selves. So my advice to people out there is, if you have something that you are working on, or something that you want to bring forth into the world, and you've been sort of holding back on it, now is the time to step forward. Some people are still deep in a healing process. They're not at that space yet where they're going to just launch out there and step forward. There's healing to do. But if you have been doing that work, and you have really been, you know, planting the seeds of what you want to bring forward, now is the time to do it. Let go of the fears. Let go of the ego fears that are keeping you hiding in the dark. So, okay, bring it out there, because the world needs you. The world needs your talents. Okay, so there's that one. All right, so now I'm going to go to the Keepers of the Light deck, and I shared this one the last video I did too. So Keepers of the Light deck, and this one has many of the gods and goddesses and masters that are here as teachers to teach us and to share their wisdom, give us their energy, to remind us that we too are divine beings. And so let's see what comes up. Okay. Hilarion, divine healing. Okay. It says, honor your sensitivity, retreat to recharge and heal. Your light can support others. Okay, so this is, you know, it's interesting. It says retreat to recharge and heal. That is so incredibly important on this journey, especially now that these nodes are going to be moving into, that are in Cancer and Capricorn right now. So the sign of Cancer is about taking that time to go inward, to retreat, to spend time in quietude, in meditation, or, you know, connecting with nature, to connecting with the soul, the essential self, the sacred self that's within you. So taking the time to do that is going to help you as you go out into the world to serve this purpose. So, you know, that's why this eclipse is a bit of a mixed bag, because although there's a beginning that's tied into it, and all the planets are moving forward, there are no retrograde planets that I'm aware of right now. Even though all that is going on, there's still something in this that is saying, you know, take the time to go within, take the time to do the healing. There's still a little bit more. There's still a little bit of something that needs to be worked on. So nurturing yourself, taking care of yourself so that you can do this work. Super important. Okay, it's not, I'm feeling like not yet. It's not quite full speed ahead. There's a little bit more that has to happen, and I kind of look at these eclipses as they are a little bit foggy until the eclipse is passed. Sometimes it's like a month after, and of course these eclipses can affect you up to a year or more after. So just take the time to do that healing. Take the time to nurture yourself. Okay? All right. Divine healing. Okay. And now we have the, hold on one second. We have the goddess deck. Okay. I'm going to pull a card and see what these goddesses have to say. Okay. Let's see. What do the goddesses have to say about this current eclipse that we are experiencing? Okay. Irene, peace. There is no need to worry as everything is working out beautifully. So you see that? And I love this card because I just finished talking to you about how, you know, the North Node is in the sign of Cancer, and Cancer ruling the mother, and you see a mother holding her child. And that is very telling of that energy as we're moving into this new Cancer Capricorn cycle. And you are being assured that you are being nurtured, that you are being supported, that there is nourishment here for you to receive as you do this work, as you step out into your divine purpose, as you grow, as you expand. Okay, so there's growth and expansion happening here, and you are definitely being supported. She's holding a baby. She's holding, it looks like a basket or some vessel that has food in it. It has some stalks of corn and some grapes. And in the background, there are dolphins. So it's a very peaceful, very nurturing, supportive energy. So this is a positive eclipse. So there's, you know, although there's some super powerful energies aspecting it, and there's always a little nervousness when the universe puts us on a new trajectory, and sometimes it can come suddenly and seem sudden, you are being reassured that you are being supported. So even through the discomfort, you know, I know there's people right now that I know that are their jobs have changed and they're completely moving to a new state. So they're picking up their families and they're going. So, you know, but everything will be fine. You are completely supported and through this change and adjustment. So peace. Okay. Let's see now. I have this chakra deck. So here's the book for it. So Chakra, Oracle, Wisdom, and Guidance. And this one's kind of an interesting one because it shows a lot of emotional patterns. So I kind of like it. It kind of really shows you what emotional patterns you're working with, both positive and negative. And if you want to look at it as negative, you know, I mean, everything serves a purpose. So we'll just look at them as less comfortable, less comfortable aspects. But everything, I believe that even the things we experience on a negative level serve a very divine purpose. They're polishing you and helping you to form into that diamond. So, all right, let's see what we come up with here from the Oracle deck. Just getting it, mixing these up. Okay. Growth. Okay. And this is the chakra deck. So if you are familiar with the chakra system, the chakras, I'm going to take off my glasses for a minute. The chakras, there's 7 main chakras, although there's many more beyond that, above and below, reaching down and reaching up and throughout the body. but there's the 7 main centers that we focus on mostly. So the green one is the heart chakra. Okay, and I wore a green shirt today, and it reminds me a lot of the other card that I chose before this card. You see the green color showing up again. So we have, that is very much about focusing on the heart. Even the Amanzanite card is in the green color range, and there's greens even running through that one. But so this is very much about focusing on the heart. And you know, when I think of Leo, I think of the heart. Okay, Leo is very much related to the heart, and it's about just shining that radiance and that brilliance, and really coming at your life purpose from a place of heart. Sometimes we come at our life purpose from a place of ego, and we get a little too caught up in the externals, and it's not really about that. So this is a time of growth, and this is a time of expansion, and this is a time to step out. Again, like I said, if you've been doing the work and you've been really working on your self-healing, you're going to see growth. You're going to see all the little seeds that you planted starting to germinate and starting to sprout and maybe even grow into something larger. Even the card itself has different plants on it. You see plants sprouting, a stalk of wheat. You see some roots there, something that's lasting. When I see roots, I think of things that are lasting. It's not just something that's going to come quickly and leave. So this is about growing. Okay. So one more card. I absolutely love this deck. This is the Kuan Yin Oracle deck, and I thought I'd pick a card last from that deck today. And this one actually has a book that goes with it, and the explanations in the book are beautiful. So I'll read whatever that explanation is today. Let's see what Kuan Yin has to say to us today. So Goddess Kuan Yin, we are asking for guidance and a message regarding the current eclipse. Now, eclipses come in pairs. Generally, they might come in threes, but generally they come in pairs. So we did have an eclipse earlier in the month that was a partial solar eclipse. So kind of been in between that window. So they work together. They work in tandem. So we're kind of just looking at the overall theme. I just did a reading for this eclipse just because I felt inspired to do it. It's the space that I've been in right now. All right, let's see what card we pull here. Okay, so the card I pulled is called Ivory Swan Goddess. Okay, you see that beautiful card? I just love this deck. It has this very Neptunian quality to it. Really beautiful, really divine, and it conveys the softness that I associate with Kuan Yin. So this is number 15. So let me look for Oracle card number 15 in here. The Ivory Swan Goddess. The Ivory Swan Goddess speaks of spiritual grace and purity. The purity of your soul light never fades, beloved. Release guilt, shame, judgment, or fear that you are not enough in any way, so that you may realize your beauty. Be more of yourself and shine your divine essence into the world. So just as I was talking about the sign of Leo, and that's about shining that divine light that exists within you, the inner child, you know, children don't care what anybody thinks of them. They just sort of act naturally. That's Leo. And so this card is definitely guiding us to shine that light and let go of all that ego. Where's the ego card? Let's see. Yeah, to let go of that ego that's holding you back, that's putting you in fear and not allowing you to shine during this current time. Do not cast your eyes away from the perception of your own divine inner light in all its purity and radiance, beloved soul. You may find it easier to believe in the illusion of sins and unworthiness than in the truth of your spiritual innocence. Again, the innocence, just the child. Yet, just like in purity, beauty, and grace of the ivory swan goddess, your own soul is luminous, pure, and eternally graceful. You are being asked to recognize the divine energy within you without holding yourself back from unconditional self-acceptance and regard. Again, to me, this is so fitting for Leo. It is time to accept your divinity in greater measure, to be present to the pure light within and not try to ignore it, downplay it, or worry that it is not enough. No matter what has happened in your life or what experiences or choices you have made, your soul light is as pure as the divine source itself, because essentially that's what it is. There is no need for spiritual shame or feelings of inadequacy. The light within all of us is exactly the same. We are just in different stages of realizing it. Kuan Yin, ivory swan goddess, wishes to bestow divine grace upon you, beloved soul, to assist your spiritual growth at the important time on your path. For this to occur, you must be willing and able to receive as you choose to let shame simply be a feeling and let it go. As you choose to not empower judgment, condemnation, or criticism of the self by you or any other, you are walking the path of remembering the essential soul purity of all beings. Again, I was talking about the essential self, so that I believe this is what that is referring to. This is a peaceful and joyful path. You become capable of seeing the God and Goddess shining out, just like the sun in Leo, shining out at you in the most unlikely of people, situations, and experiences. You are opening to receive the grace that beloved Kuan Yin wishes to share with you now to help you live more joyfully in such a state of spiritual remembrance. Allow her to bless you with her grace as you remember the spiritual purity of your own being, free from taint, judgment, or flaw. Okay, so you are being asked to release self-judgment as you step out into this path, as you start shining your gifts, your Leo light, wherever that is in your chart. We all have it somewhere. We are all working with all the signs. It's just that some of us have more of it in certain degrees than others. So, yes. So, shine your heart, shine your light. You are protected. Do it peacefully, knowing that you are completely cared for. I'm kind of doing these a little out of order. Life purpose. This is all about your purpose. Let go of that ego. It's the ego that's holding you back. That's not allowing you to truly shine your radiance. Okay? Okay, well, that's it, friends. And I thank you for joining me today and allowing me to share this information with you. I really do enjoy it. Thank you.